Hello. Thank you for deciding to join me today. I'm going to be starting on my first ever design team project, and I have made some strides before I turn without turning on the camera. But first, I want to share the paper that the kit that I have picked. I have picked a Lady Eleanor's Journal at Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And I've done my due diligence. I've done some cutting. These two sheets are copies of the inside of a vintage book that absolutely tickled me, from 1904, primarily because of the handwriting. It was obviously done with a ink and vintage ink, which means it never moves, it's there forever. And so I made these two copies, but let's set those aside. I want to share the lovely pages in this kit. Plenty of room for journaling. Journaling pages galore, which I think is so wonderful that they're provided rather than me having to do the line work. It's done for us to begin with. So these two pages, and then all of the pretty pages in the kit. I'm thinking this might be Eleanor. I'm not sure because there are other ladies. It could be this one. I also picked this particular kit because not only has it got some of my favorite things in the kit, but it has bits of leaf that are fall colors. And wow, that just was all I needed to see. That I just knew that I had to have these sheets of Debbie Ann's Digis. So that's that one, and oh, I do love this one. And these leaves and this eco print card, just delightful. Hydrangeas. Love some hydrangeas. 4 children. And if you look carefully at the clothes that those kids had on, oh, look at this, more fall leaves. That lovely background with writing behind it. And this one, isn't this going to be fun to work with? Oak leaves. Another envelope. Lovely pressed flowers. And more of the wonderful writing pages with zinnias this time. My very favorite roses. But this one just tickled me. Isn't that just lovely? And roses in various colors. So those are my papers of choice. Put those back with the others. And then these wonderful bits of ephemera from the kit. Just interesting pieces to add. I love them, and look at this. Isn't this just wonderful? It is the spine of a vintage book, and boy, isn't it pretty. And some copies of vintage papers from Toronto, Ontario. Leaves. An envelope, Yellowstone National Park Association. Oh, can't wait to do those. Switzerland. And more. Oh, the Butterick catalog. Any of you who have sewn know that Butterick patterns were. They might still be being made. It's been a long time since I've sewn, but Butterick patterns were just wonderful. More leaves. Autumn Fires, Robert Louis Stevenson. So I get to have my cake and eat it too. Sweet Baby. A Birdie. Best Birthday Wishes. More Eco. Another Youngish Woman. A Boy. Citizens National Bank, 1888, for $3.16. Telegraph Postcard from 1907, and two lovely postcards. So, as you can see, I'm just raring to go, and I've decided to get started on some background work. Now, let me explain. I'm going to get not only my Autumn and these beautiful Lady Eleanor and all of these things, but I've also want to stretch my horizons a little bit, because I have been wanting to make a smaller sized journal. And so I'm jumping off the deep end. I have this that I've had in my stash for a while. It was on sale, and I've had it and said, well, this is the time. So I've taken the time to use some of this canvas, and this lovely quality canvas came from Walmart. Yes, it did. And so I used this stamp from Hero Arts and VersaFine Vintage Sepia to stamp the canvas, and it worked so easily because when these pieces were just cut, they could be laid down on a hard surface, and the stamps worked very nicely. This is, of course, just the basic covering of the book. I'm having some thoughts about doing some stitchery on the cover, maybe even on the back. But this is the bones of the journal, and I used some of this lovely tea-dyed paper inside because if you will remember, we worked on this together the last time, and it's not decorated, but now that I have my papers cut, it's going to be. And I have this planned for the inside, and I've left myself some room to add some pretties, but this will fit in here. And then I used two envelopes, just two envelopes for this. This is one envelope on the background, and the other envelope is just folded, and I covered it and used my Distress Oxide brushed corduroy, and just put on some background paper. And this one is going to go here on the back, on the inside, and this has a pocket there, and I'm going to put it on so that there is a pocket going in this way. And this one, as you saw in the first, has pockets at the top, and I'm have to mull over whether or not I might also, sorry, I might also want a side pocket here. Yes, good. So today's job is going to be to start the pretties here. I'll put this out of harm's way. And I'm going to work on this one first. Now, it's going to have a pocket in the side. What shall we use? Let's get these out. No, those are the envelopes. Don't want that. Oh, did you see? Okay. And some of the little bits here. Keep those in mind. I'm wondering, I do love that, I do very much love this spine. No, because I'm not going to use it here, because I'm going to use some lace that I've been hoarding. So, I'm wondering, since this is on the inside cover, and since it is so beautiful, I'm going to cut this right at the bottom here. I'm going to cut this right at the bottom here so that I can also use this bit on something else, but then I can apply that right there, and that might just turn out to be, should I? I'm thinking so. I'm thinking yes. Don't overthink it, Carol. Let's do it before I talk myself out of it. And tiny okay, let's put this one out of the way. Now let's get back to business so that you can see. There we go. Let's think about this here. Some of that white paper edge shows there, so I'm just going to make that go away. Here. What else do we have? What else have we? Tiny bit of that, maybe? Maybe. I've had this one. I'm wondering, this wouldn't be That's 2 pieces. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's have that here and here. Here. Maybe there. Let's just do that right now so that I can plan properly. Should this come up? Eleanor, I do hope that you like roses, because you're going to have some roses. Yes, you are. Now, anything else? Anything else? Maybe just the tiniest bit of background green, light green stenciling right here. And you know that my hand would automatically, I think I'm going to use my own little quickie cut stencil. Do I have a green? Oh, I think I've got olive. Yes. I don't want the green to be too assertive. No, not too assertive. So, this might do fairly well. Where is it now? All right, there it is. There. Well, let's get this out into safety. Now these contraptions are my least favorite thing, but I think it will work quite nicely here. Let's see what we have now. Don't want too much. Okay, just that bit there. Yes. So we have green here, a little green down here, now we have some green up there. That all, maybe just a little more here. right there. Okay, now like that, I think I want that bit of white, so I'll just put it under. I'm afraid that this is liable to be. I have some lemon water here. I'm afraid that you're going to have to put up with some of my mumbles today, because I'm thinking out loud as I go. And I do, when I'm alone in this little studio of mine, I do tend to talk to myself even more than when I'm aware that you're there with me. Just a little bit there. Whoops. Down. No. Stay down. Stay down. We decided that this needs to be high and, of course, parallel to here. Then this down here, and down there, and this right across here. Yes. Now, do I want just the tiniest bit on these white edges? Just a little tiny bit of brushed corduroy. Righty. That's there, and then this one. Trim that one off. Let's see. That name cut off too much. Okay, one more cut. Cover this one and get out my art glitter glue. What are you doing here? Just never ceases to amaze me how wonderful these very fine tips are. Now, oh, I'm so happy. Front, back, back. Okay. One right there. Well, and more to do here. Much more. I'm thinking that might be quite nice. I'm not too sure that I want to leave that dark on there, but there is the dark here and here. I wish you could tell me what you think. I don't want this to be too somber, so a little bit of background stenciling might be just the trick. But I'm going to use acrylic this time because I have more color choices that I like. I want to bring out these two colors to keep this one from being too somber. I will be right back with my acrylic. I've picked my very much loved Napa Red by DecoArt Americana. A wonderful, wonderful color. Just think it's going to do very little. Don't want a lot. It's a strong color, but it will counteract some of this that black outline. I know you must get so sick and tired of watching me fling something away and lose it. Just a little bit. Let's see what we have here now. Yes, I think so. I think so. A little Tim Holtz. I love that one. Now, think enough. Sometimes less is more. I think we have arrived at that less is more situation. Of harm's way. While we're here, harm's way. Okay, done. This would play up this, that would play up that color. So, I know that I have some bits of the green. There it is. Found it. Okay. This is the painter's paper. Let's see. Goes over there out of my clutches. There's actually a right and wrong side to that paper. Who'd have thought it? Now, if I put a little of the corduroy here, it'll go with that color. Yes, it will. Goes over here. I do hope you're having an enjoyable Thursday. I'm looking forward to some crafty time over the weekend. Sometimes it's not always easy to take some time. It's there. Okay. Okay. Got any bigger, it would bite. And one more go of the Yoo-Hoo. that at all. I'm not happy with this Yoo-Hoo from Amazon. I think it might be old. Okay. And that leaves us there and there. Look what we find here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Is there any straw paper left in here? French. We can do that. No straw paper. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, now. Which is better? Which is better? Wallpaper border. Don't mind the cut bottom. No. Not now. Oh, straw paper. Where are we hiding? Or, dare I do what I'm thinking of doing? Thinking, yes. I'm going to. I'm going to. And Let's see what Roxy Creations might have to add. Although, I don't think so. Nope. No. Excuse me. Possibly. Possibly. I want some, I want a little more green. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, it's closed. Thankfully. All right, now. Some green. Some green something something. All right. Definitely some green. Plays off the green over here. More green. More green. Bigger birdies. Wrong box. Let's see what we might have here. Oh, robocalls, aren't they just wonderful? No, you don't need that, Carol. You need green. Sorry, but I know you know that sound. All right. Yes. Yes. I'm thinking. I think that's going to do it. I'm going to glue these down, because that's the last thing on earth that you need to take your time watching. And then, if you have the time, I'll start on that other one. That's going to work if it's upright, Carol. Okay. I'll be back when that's glued down. Well, this box came through with this scrap that I've had for a few years, and I think it was just waiting to be used in this journal. I'm sure that Lady Eleanor would be happy with this choice, because I sure am. It was just a wonderful find. Sometimes you just wonder if all the stuff that you have around is ever, ever, ever going to be used. And then on a Thursday afternoon in October, on a new journal, inside cover, here it is. And the color, the size, the width, everything. Everything. I am actually going to shall I put it in or not now? Or shall I wait? I think I'm going to put it in because this is so happy making for me that I think it's it's going to be a happy thought for me as I go on. Now, I said that I was going to leave this side open, and I'm going to. Yes, I am. So that means Fabri-Tac. Oh, those little drops of acetone. Okay, now let's move this. Let's get this down. Let's get this down. Right there. Oops. Just a little bit. To look and I don't remember whether or not we left those open at the top. Oh yes. Oh yes. So 2 tucks there. Yay. Don't move the glue, Carol. Don't move the glue. Closed, out of harm's way. I think I'm going to stop now, and I do hope that you have enjoyed sharing the beginning of my Lady Eleanor, and if you have, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Please leave a comment, and I would appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Bye now.